Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be answering the holy grail question of how can I lose weight without dieting or exercising. Okay, so please stay tuned to find out my top tips. Tip number one is to drink more water. I know that you've heard this so many times before, but it's so beneficial that you really need to start doing it if you're not doing it already. Water helps fill you up, it helps boost your metabolism, and there's plenty of studies that show that those who drink water before their meals actually consume less calories overall. It's also really good in terms of hydration, which can often be a false sign of fatigue or headaches. And if you just think about it logically, we're made up of predominantly water. There's tons of toxins and byproducts that are eliminated through our system, and it's a lot of it is being transported if your body is correctly hydrated and those toxins are able to get out. So all around, really try and include more water. If you're struggling to do it, I suggest, even though this is really what you should do, I'd suggest starting with some squash, some like low sugar squash or cordial, and just diluting it very gradually until you get used to the flavour of just water. Okay, tip number two is to increase the amount of sleep that you're getting. This is important for a few different reasons. Although you think that sleep might not have anything to do with how your body holds on to weight, it actually has a lot to do with it. This is because our sleep controls our hormones. A lot of hormones are affected, are the ones that control our appetite. So tons of studies have shown that there's an increase in cortisol. Basically tells the body to store on and hold on to fat. And that is increased when your sleep levels are dropped. The other two hormones are called ghrelin and leptin, and these are hugely affected by your sleep. So ghrelin is the hunger hormone, and leptin is the hormone that lets you know when you've had enough to eat. And basically what happens is when you're sleep deprived, these hormones get all switched up, and so you feel more hungry and your ghrelin is increased and your leptin is decreased, so that you don't actually feel satisfied after meals. That's why you tend to just keep eating. So if you've ever had a really bad night's sleep and you've woke up and you've just wanted really sugary, carbohydrate-rich foods all day and like a lot of them, then that's the reason for it. So sleep is really important. Quality is better than quantity. So really focus on trying to get some good shut-eye for as long as you possibly can. I know it's hard for some people, but trying to work on that is really beneficial. Tip number three is to control your stress levels. Again, I feel like I keep saying the same thing that you've probably heard 1,000 times before, but it is that important. That is because when you're feeling really stressed out, you tend to have elevated cortisol, which is the hormone that tries to hold on to fat. But also it's incredibly hard for your body to lose fat when you're in a state of stress. And it's also really easy to gain fat, particularly abdominal fat. So taking control of your stress levels is really important. A tip for those of you that find it quite hard to wind down, particularly overnight, is to write down all your worries on a piece of paper. And again, that should help coincide with tip number two, which was to focus on better quality of sleep. And by eliminating what's on your mind, then you should be able to it should help anyway to have a more deepful, restful sleep. Got there at the end. Okay, another way that you can control your stress levels is to practice meditation or do some form of relaxating exercise. So for me, I don't do tons of meditation, but I do yoga, and that is my meditation. So I like to say it's a moving meditation. For you, it might be listening to something visual or just taking time to be present, to stay mindful and bring you back in the moment and find things that bring you joy in your life. Tip number 4 is to focus on something called primary foods. Now, I studied with IAN, and it's the largest online nutrition school in the world. And one of the most important things that I learned from it was that you focus on what's called primary food. So there's primary foods and secondary foods. Secondary foods are everything that you eat, you drink, and your primary foods are your career, your spirituality, your relationships, and your fitness. So what I suggest that you do is to have a look at what's going right in your life and what's not going right in your life, and see areas that you can find more joy, where you can improve. When one is out of balance, then everything in your life is out of balance. And this can be particularly helpful if you have bad eating patterns, if you're struggling from overeating, undereating, binge eating. It's really greatly affected, because I guarantee you will feel so much better if you focus on your primary foods and not your secondary foods. So to help you with this, I'm also going to leave a link in the description of a printable circle of life, which is your primary foods circle. And you can just download it for free and fill it out and see where in your life needs improvement. Tip number 5 is to eat more mindfully. Now, we're all guilty of this. We live in a really fast-paced world where everything is done by computer. We're watching YouTube, we're watching the TV, we're on our phones all the time. So what do I mean by eating more mindfully? Well, when you eat more mindfully, generally you feel more satiated. There's my little daughter in the background squealing there. I can see you. I can see. So by eating more mindfully, you stay more present with your food, you're more likely to feel more satiated, and you're also more likely to eat less. This is because when we're distracted, we just tend to double whatever's there in our mouth and we're not really paying attention to it. So really good tips for this is to switch off your phone, or if you can't do that, just put it on airplane mode, or just put it away while you're eating your dinner or your meals. Another really big thing that you need to do is to not watch TV or watch something on the computer or something whilst you're eating. You can go straight back onto it afterwards, but just for that time, really be present as much as possible. So, are there any of these tips that you have tried before that you found worked or didn't work? Let me know in the comments, because it's always really interesting to see what has helped. It's really good to just share it with other people as well, so that we all learn together. So that's it. So thanks so much for watching. If you found it helpful, then please subscribe and hit that like button, and I'll see you next time. Okay, bye guys. Bye bye. Say bye bye. Bye.